Welcome back for another book review. Today we're talking about this one. So this is Crystal Magic, Mineral Wisdom for Pagans and Wiccans by Sandra, and again with her last name that I don't know how to pronounce. I think it's Kynes, but again I could have it so wrong. So as the title kind of suggests, and really if you've looked into most of her books, this is a reference book. So it is chock full of what the stone is. I do like every single one has a picture, which is awesome. So you can actually like see what it looks like. Very detailed, very colorful. There's over 100, as you kind of saw as I was flipping through. Some of them have like subsections within, which is really nice. Like Jasper had multiple options within it, where it shows like if it's red jasper, it'll have this, or if it's moss agate, it has this. Each stone is detailed into like the history, kind of like sometimes it'll say like where it's usually found, and then it also goes into like kind of how our ancestors had used it, and then of course there's modern correspondences and how to use it. I give this one a 4 out of 5. This is one of those books, like most of hers, they're just really good reference books. Do I think you should read this cover to cover like I just did? Maybe not. If you're a rock hound, you love rocks, maybe, but it is a lot to just read cover to cover because it's pretty dense of information. But I think it's a really, really good resource. It's one of those that it's like, these are the kinds of books you just want to have on your shelf just to have, because it's got so much information. There are things in here that I didn't know that has more information than I found in other books. For instance, she talked about my wedding stone. We did not go standard because diamonds are ridiculously expensive. So I have white sapphire. Hubby has blue sapphire. Oh my god, guess what? It's mentioned in here. And I love that. She did include just all sapphire in general and then talked about how it can come in different colors, where others do decipher them out into the colors. So of course, no one book is like the be all end all. So you're gonna have to research a little bit more if you want to dive deep. But like, I did that like when we were picking our stones because I wanted to know, and I think it was Cunningham's book, his crystal book, that talked about the different colors, specifically like blue sapphires for this, white sapphires for that, which is what mine is. It's considered white sapphire. But it was really interesting, and there's other ones that like, there's a lot of information, like kind of the theme me and hubby have for, again, my current hyper focus, when I get to be a mom, within hopefully this decade, that's like the theme of our kids is going to be stone names. And so it's always fun to like flip to like the potentials and be like, ooh, that'll be characteristics for our child potentially. Because like, I was given a magical name, unintentionally by the way, but intensely magical. And so we want to kind of pass that along. And then also like we have plans of like, we're gonna have like a rune set made from the stone they're named after as a gift to them. And obviously we're not going to give it to them when they're babies and littles, but like when they're old enough, like maybe 8 or 12 or something, to be like, here you go, and do magic for them, on them, for a long time before we give it to them. And so it's kind of fun to read through these. Is like, what about this one? What about this one? What about this one? Because currently we have roughly 3 to 4-ish names picked for kids, so that we have 2 boy names, 2 girl names. If we end up with double sets of twins, one of each would be so cool. Kind of doubt it, but man, that would save so much money. I mean, it's terrible, but surrogates are so expensive. Again, roughly I have to plan about 200K for the ability to be a mom. So you know, if you can get a 2-for-1 where it's like, cool, you're only like $100,000, my sweet child, that hurts a little bit less. So all of that to say, as I was reading through this, that was one of my things. And it's like, this is the kind of book that it's like, I want to have on our like family witchy bookshelf, so that when our little witchlings are a little older, they can open these books and find their own information. And this is a fantastic resource because they can learn history, they can learn the world, to be like, we'll just flip to a random one, like Moldavite. Where is it found? Moldavite was named for the river Moldavu in the Czech Republic. And the kids will probably be like, where's that? And I get to go, I don't know either. Let's find out. Because I know, like, you know, it should, I don't know where this random river is. But, you know, stuff like that. So, I don't know. And like, maybe you also will just be intrigued. Get to learn the world a little bit more. And just in general, this is just a good reference book. So, obviously, I would recommend this to anyone who's into crystals. Obviously, this is going to be a pretty good handbook for you. But also, if you are just a witch who is wanting to have a decent collection of like reference books to go to, this is a good one for crystals. There's a lot of really good information in here. Really, most of her books are pretty good, to be honest. So I just recommend them. But yeah, I would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to book talks, to my Witchy Weekly that I still haven't checked if the name is available, but that'll be coming soon. And then also I have vlogs, I have random chit chats, my audiobooks. There's a lot going on over on Patreon, so if you want to check it out, it's patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Of course, the biggest thing that actually is helping is just watching my videos to the end. That makes the most difference so far. I've been running a little test this month, as it's my first month of being monetized, and so far I'm pretty sure YouTube's going to be reigning supreme, for being honest, because my book sales have stagnated once again at 3 this month total, so that's been fun. And my Patreon number and that number are pretty much tied. It's like off by like maybe a few cents. And then YouTube's just the steady little incline in the background, just like slowly creeping up there. And I'm betting I'm gonna pass it. I'm hoping. So yeah, just watch my videos to the end. It seems to make the most difference. But if you want other stuff, it's Patreon. It's more of a semi-stable option. Books, you kind of just have to release them again for people to buy. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm also just feeling more motivated for this. Because to be honest, this is the thing that works and it's fun. So, I don't know. We'll find out. I'll get my vibe back eventually. I didn't know I had seasonal depression so bad, but I really do. Like, I think you can get through the winter bleh when it's like Yule and it's like, you know, you got all of the pretty lights and all of these traditions to do and all this stuff. And then January, you're like, okay, I know it's gonna be bad. It's whatever. But now it's February. I'm over it. I'm so tired of so many months of just gray. Like, it's not a whole lot of snow this year, thankfully, but it's just gray everywhere. It's just constantly gray. You look outside and it's gray. You try to see the mountains, it's just gray. Everywhere you look is just gray. And it's awful. I'm tired of it. Because then the sun comes out for like a couple days or even just 20 minutes and you're like, oh my god, actually I'm feeling better, actually. And when it's warm, you're like, oh, maybe the world doesn't suck. And then it goes gray and snows again and you're like, why? I need to have it stop snowing. I need spring and like not gray everywhere. I'm not a millennial gray kind of a person. I'm more of the maximalist millennial, you know, crap everywhere sort of a thing. So anyways, that's very rambly. Check out this book. Literally, check your local library. They're awesome. And until next time, bless be.